What is justice? And how do you measure justice? Because to one person's response, they might feel that their result was very unacceptable. Yet the judge listened to what they had to say, or the magistrate really listened carefully. People aren't always going to be satisfied with the end result. But as judges, as people that work in the court system, we have to be very in tune to making sure that we do the very best that we can.
Almost all organizations that want to excel measure customer satisfaction. You've been to a hospital, did you get a survey about what your experience was? If you've been to a retail store where you get a survey, there's information on your receipt or some other way. Oil change places, just about every restaurant, just about everywhere you go now there's a survey. And at one point it was just the big national players, and now it's the mom and pop places too. So courts are no different from this. And it's important to find out if your customers are satisfied with the experience, or things that maybe you take for granted maybe aren't occurring.
The public satisfaction survey started from the Courts Working Smarter for a Better Michigan initiative. As a part of that initiative, the Trial Court Performance Measures Committee looked at the 10 court tools that were developed by the National Center for State Courts. And one of them measures access and fairness. And it's a survey that is given to customers of the courts as they come into the courts on a daily basis. The committee took that survey and sort of tweaked it, made it customized for the state of Michigan, and then decided that they were going to pilot it, test it out in 8 of their courts. The courts that volunteered are big and large small courts. We have courts as large as Oakland County Circuit Court. There's probate courts, there's district courts, there were smaller courts like Ogama or Emmett and Charlevoix that were willing to test it out, and a complete range in between. Public satisfaction is extremely important for the judiciary to measure. It's what we do. We're in the business of public service.
Well, I think as a judge, I can't guarantee anyone's outcome. I can't say that you're going to win your case, but what I can say is, and what's important to me is that you're treated fairly, that you're treated with dignity, that you're treated with respect. And that process isn't just in front of me, but it's the minute you hit those outside doors that should happen. And I think this survey showed us that is what we're doing here.
I'm Bill Keller, District Judge for the 62B District Court in Kentwood. It's important to have a survey taken of the people who come into court and ask them for their feedback.
We had a notice posted at the front door advising people that today's our survey day and asking people to fill out a survey. As people were exiting the court, we asked them to fill out the survey, and we had one of our interns here seated at the table promoting the survey and answering any questions that they might have in filling the survey out.
Any organization, in order to be healthy, has to continuously improve. And without knowing where you stand and where your problems are, you can't improve.
I would encourage any court to participate in a survey such as this, because it does help you, whether you're being affirmed that what you're doing is right or you're being constructively told you can tweak it to make it even better. But I think on the whole, it was a great experience. I would say to the courts, if you're going to partake in the survey, make sure that your staff is aware of it and that they're trained to be aware of it, to trained how to not just hand out the pieces of paper. But when you do that, then the responses you get back, I think, again, it can only be for the better of the courts.
Can we measure the quality of justice? Maybe not, but we can measure how well we serve the public. This is just one example of courts working smarter for a better Michigan.